Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. This is my 2020 BMW G20 M340i, and today we're going to be installing a lip on it. So these are just carbon fiber knockoffs. They're dipped, of course. These are priced as a disposable lip, to be fair. $85 to your door for this kit. If you have a G20 and you want to make the front end more aggressive, but you realize that these lips are kind of a throwaway item because they're very easily damaged under normal use, that's where something like this will come in. So for whatever reason, there's a lot of support for this new chassis, and you can get that mod bug out of your system without spending a ton of money. But here's the lip itself. Definitely nothing special. Not gonna impress anybody with quality, but if it gets beat up on, you're not gonna be too upset. Let's take a look at the little installation packet. So this lip comes in 3 pieces, but you screw it all together. All right, now that the lip is assembled, we'll do a dry fit. Next up, we're gonna get the car up in the air so that we can have clear access. Using some brake cleaner to clean the lower portion of the bumper where I'm gonna put some adhesive. We're gonna have to drill into a self-tapping screws, which I'm not a crazy fan of, but you know, either way, this is getting beat up just with day-to-day use. If anything, maybe the lip will take the hit rather than your bumper, or it may come off, but rather it be your lip than your bumper. As you can see, you can pull off this bumper. It has all the cutaways for you, so you can still get it off and leave this attached to the bumper. And you can center these holes here to get an idea of where things should be. I'm going to use some double-side tape to secure. I have the lip all taped up now. We go ahead and remove that tape, stick it on the car, and then we'll use any self-tappers to make a more secure connection. So here's a quick look. It's being held just by the double-side tape. One of these holes here is very tight tolerance, so if you use that to guide, that'll be a good way to make sure it's fully lined up. I did the same thing here and it got things lined up quite well. So now at the front edge where I have the double-side tape, we're in good shape. It's sticking quite well, but if you want it to be really secure, you're gonna have to run some screws into your bumper in a couple spots. So I'll see wherever it looks loose and I'll put those self-tappers in. There's one spot here that looks really important that would take quite a hit. The priority should be on the front lip because this is going to take the most impact. So yes, it's not fun to drill into your bumper, but these are placed in such an area that you would never see it from above the car. And if you install another aftermarket lip, you'd be using similar spots. So there's more spots here that you can run a bunch of screws into, but with these rear screws and that double-side tape, I'm confident that that's going to be fine. I don't need to put unnecessary holes in my opinion. So we'll just go with these 3 over here. All right guys, here's a look at the lip installed on the car. So it doesn't actually touch here. There's a couple millimeter spacing, which is good. That's what it looks like. The fitment is good. The quality of the plastic and all that, it's nothing special. It's going to take a beating, and you're going to be replacing this every year or two if you're lucky. I don't necessarily recommend that you spend a lot of money on a lip because they get beat up, and you actually want something somewhat flimsy because it can bounce back and have some resiliency. So even though this lip looks cheap, it's pretty flexible and it'll probably survive some impacts. And if you have to, worst case, you buy a new lip for 85 bucks and just toss it on. It's my first white car and I want to make it look a little more aggressive. So I think this lip goes a long way into helping with that. I think the grille needs to go next. I don't mind the inside. I think I'd like this to be smoked chrome or like a darker shade of this. I don't mind the pattern really, that's an M340i specific look. I already have the carbon fiber mirror caps. I think the car would look nice with a carbon fiber spoiler for some contrast. The diffuser is already gray to contrast. And I think these tips could be changed. So this car already has a shadow line look. It needs tints, but it's got that black and silver look. Black and white contrast going. There's a look at the fake weave on this lip. So like I was saying, the G20 BMW is really cheap to modify. There's a lot of aftermarket support already. And it's a nice contrast compared to the E90 BMW because it's a dated chassis at this point. As always, I'll put a link in the description if you guys are interested in purchasing this. I got it off Amazon and it arrived in a couple of days. And like I said, $85 delivered. If this is the first video you're catching on mine, consider subscribing. I do upload regularly. Thanks for watching.